Today is Sunday, the 4th. Happy 4th of July. Regardless. Fuck the 4th. Okay, let's go ahead and do some analysis on this guy. The week just opened. So let's do analysis and kind of get a weekly breakdown of what might happen for the week. We have our charts marked up to where they need to be. We have our order blocks, our main order blocks on our DXY. So last week we had a lot of bullish market flow. We had a bullish market flow all last week. And at the end of the week, we had some news that sent us down below our last 4-hour floor. This could be starting to become transitional to change market flow. We'd have to see a break, retest, and then follow through for market flow to change bearish so we can continue seeing sales throughout the week. But we don't know what's going to happen yet. This could just be coming down to get some liquidity before going up still, but we don't know. So what's going to happen is that we're looking at this chart currently. We have our yesterday's high of the day and previous low of the day and high of the day marked up. We can see that market was giving us a bunch of bullish moves, took us all the way up till we got to this 4-hour zone. This 4-hour zone is coming from this daily candle wick right here. That's why we saw the sellers come in right at that area. So heavy sellers came in at that order block. We broke this floor and this floor. And okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, we broke 2 floors, meaning market flow is kind of transitional. Still underlying market flow is still bullish, but it might be switching to bearish. It might come up and do a quasi before falling for the rest of the week. We don't know what it wants to do, but until then, we just have to wait and see. Currently, this guy is making a floor using the little technique we see from Derek. We had this floor right here, and then you have this ceiling right here. So we kind of had to, that's the little range we're working within right now, in a sense. So yeah, we're kind of to see, the market just opened, so we're not even going to go that deep into it, but we are going to just simply say that we have to see what Asian session wants to do during this little breakdown, and then we'll see what Frankfurt and London wants to continue on doing. But right now, DXY is just now opening. We have to see what Asian session wants to do. It might give us some bullish order flow, and Frankfurt might continue. We might get to this little area where price stalled before continuing south or bearish for those sells. We'd be creating a right shoulder before selling off. Something of, that's if we wanted to get a bearish market flow. We don't know though. This could be a buy the other way. But yeah. So if DXY wants to continue going bearish for the week, we wouldn't be surprised if AU and GU wanted to go bullish for the week. I probably should have another zone on this. I'll just draw a zone, an order block right here, right in this area. So if price was to break this one we're looking at right here, it would come up to this next one. Just had to have that planned out and plotted. Oh, let's look at DXY, the weekly again, because this is starting from the weekly. I'm gonna hide these. We had a big push, create a ceiling, pushed up again, couldn't break it, closed below this ceiling we create on the weekly. So this could be do a double top. We could see some sell off up until this area. We don't know. But we do see this break retest follow through. We have to let it break. It might be retesting before following through. Yeah, that's kind of what we have for DXY. This could go up before falling. But we don't know. We're not going to make any predictions. We just have to let it play out. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and look at AU real quickly. AU from the weekly basis. on a monthly basis. Oh, yeah, for a whole month. For some months we were up here. Broke below. We might be going up this month and going down. We're not looking at the monthly too much. But on the weekly, we had this floor created. We retraced it. We re-tapped that floor. I'm losing words. It's okay, whatever. But we went and we re-tapped that demand zone where the buyers are at, which made this week close up here with a lot of buying pressure. So we could be seeing some type of double bottom coming in right now on a weekly basis. As you guys can see, that's the double bottom right there. We had this day closed out bullish, engulfing 2 final days right there. So on a weekly basis, we had bearish market flow last week. And now we might be going into a bullish market flow this week. NFP gave us this push, great buyer push. So buyers might be trying to control this market right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 12 hours worth of candles, which literally just erased 2-3 days in 16 hours. So buyers might be in control of this market. We might see some type of pullback before following through. So on a weekly basis, let me take these color off. We might be seeing some buying pressure or bullish market flow that'll take us back up to this supply zone. But until we can get to that supply zone, we have to trade on our day-to-day basis. So we're still waiting for London session to open up. We'll probably make another video. Not even probably, we will make another video later tonight before after Asian session is closing up around 9:30ish. So right now we want to wait until the market gives us some type of order flow as to what Asia wants to do, so that we can kind of get an idea as to what Frankfurt and London might want to do. But until then, we are just waiting. Idea is buyers are going to continue the market, or going to take control of this market for this week. With DXY, we have sellers taking. If last week buyers were in control of DXY, this week sellers might be in control of DXY. And if that's the case of sellers being in control of DXY, buyers would be in control of AU and GU. And they're obviously in the same kind of position. So yeah, AU kind of waiting for some type of pullback. We don't really use fibs, but if you wanted to pull out a fib from here to here, 38.2 is down here. Yeah, you never know, but we're gonna delete that. Now we're gonna look at GU finally, get our final markup. Looking at this monthly, that's June, closing bearish. We're not going to worry too much about monthly, but we're going to look at this weekly most definitely. On the weekly, we pushed up from this area. We got to this high, couldn't surpass it. We tanked off, got some more buyers. It's kind of making a double bottom right here, so it might be coming up. AU's doing that double bottom too, so it might be seeing bullish pressure. DXY is kind of doing that double top, so we might see that bearish pressure. So if we're looking on a weekly basis, we know that daily was bearish, fucking H4 was pretty much bearish. All last week we had bearish market flow. But finally on Friday, NFP hit, gave us a lot of news, gave us a lot of buying pressure, which broke 1 ceiling, 2 ceiling, 3 ceiling, and damn near 4 ceilings right there. So we might be seeing some buyers come into the market this week, but we have to kind of wait for them to start creating those demand zones before they start taking the market up and up. Right now, we kind of need to see what Asian session wants to do. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it came back to this little zone right here in order to take some type of nice buy. I'm just going to paste that every time. I'm going to make it very small. And we're gonna do this. Boom. 5 pip. Literally, that covers this whole little zone right here. That little, not gap, but that little consolidation zone. So, yeah. AU and GU, I'm waiting for a reliable pullback before trying to buy in with those buyers for this week. But at the same time, as we're looking at this, we might see sellers come in. Asian might make a high up here, and we might sell off from here. We don't know what it wants to do yet. That's if DXY wants to go up. But we're honestly gonna just not make any predictions yet. I'm gonna leave that there because it's kind of a prediction, but I don't want to get too stuck on that bias because there is a possibility of the market wanting to sell off from this area. So I'm just gonna do this as well, but that is a very big possibility. The market wanted to sell off from here, so I'm just gonna do that. AU is currently creating that floor. If I take out these things really quickly, I could see a bit better. This is that floor it's creating. Lower time frame. I'm gonna pull this over. That's the ceiling it's kind of creating based off of that guy. So if it comes back down here, actually we're gonna put it right up here every time, and if it comes back up here to every time. But we kind of have to still wait for London to present itself, and then we'll go based off of what London does. So in due time, we'll be back in about 6 hours. So that's kind of my weekly outlook. We still have buyers from last week, but sellers came in. So since these sellers came in, we might see quasi before selling off. If that's the case, AU quasi before buying up, GU quasi before pulling up as well. So until Asian presents itself, and then it's not even my trade window, so until then, I'll be back. Peace outie.